Welcome to another weekly free tournament stream, and let's hope our score today will be better than last week, in which we finished slightly below 50%, not quite ideal. So partner does two diamonds opening. In our German system, two diamonds is actually the strongest opening there is, and signals something like 24 high card points about that range, or one sure trick below game. But I'm pretty sure that's not it in the robot system. It's a weak two, yeah, just like a two heart or a two spade opening would be. Now the unfortunate thing is we cannot bid no trump ever, since the opponent's bid partner just has diamonds probably, and the opponent's bid clubs, so we are lacking a club stopper altogether. I'm tempted to bid three spades, just to maybe then, if the opponent's bid four clubs, have the four hearts bid and letting partner decide which major he wants to play in. Or five diamonds, obviously, if no major is accessible to us. Although we are not that strong, are we? We have 16 high card points, but the queen of clubs is pretty useless. We can deduct it. But we do have length in two majors. We do have shortness, at, at least in clubs. So if we play a major, yeah, I'm gonna bid three spades. Not really sure if it's the right call. What would four hearts now signal? 18 points. Not really 18 points. I have to count this as a 16 minus, I'm afraid, and pass. Although four diamonds is probably the worst contract to be in. Probably the worst contract in bridge altogether. Because it's difficult to make and it's still not a game. So you don't even get rewarded for making it. But I don't think five diamonds would have been appropriate. I'm not sure. I'm not completely sure actually, but okay, so he gives us a finesse for free at least. So if we now play the 10, well, if he's plays the queen, that's great for us, since then the king and jack are both high, and if he's lets the 10 go, we let it go too. Yeah. Seems pretty reasonable. There goes the queen, alright. That's great. Now the question is, do we really want to continue drawing trumps? Because we still have an awful lot of club losers in dummy. So I would love to rough at least one of those actually. Do I risk it by playing two rounds of spades and roughing a spade in dummy? Or possibly even playing a third round of spades and pitching the hard loser? Yeah, I should have probably thought about this a little better and just play the king in dummies, just so I immediately have the opportunity to rough one of my losers. Alright, space. Go, great. Can I now pitch one of the losers at least? Yeah, I could rough, but there's a big chance of us getting over roughed, which would result in an even worse outcome. So I actually think I'm gonna pitch one of my sure club losers. There goes a heart. At least we have one trump left, so a club return isn't dangerous. But East has all the remaining trumps. Great. And East probably doesn't have a heart left at all. I imagine, yeah, we are gonna lose 3 down. This is terrible, but not seeing anything we can do against it. Because East will also not get rid of the clubs since he only has clubs apart from diamonds. Doesn't have another suit, I imagine. Yeah, we are forced to give him his tricks, unfortunately. He will make sure two sure club tricks. And we start with an absolutely horrific score. This is stuff of nightmares, and we probably start with 0% today, which is a challenge. I'm up for a challenge. Oh, 28%. I didn't even look at the score in detail, it's too painful. So 16 high card points, and we do have a club stopper this time. So I'm imagining 1-0 trump even with the singleton heart. I know the singleton heart is not really a good fit for 1-0 trump, but it is the ace, so even if we end up playing a 7 card heart fit, I can sort of live with that, having the ace if partner has a strong heart suit. And I want a bit no trump as quick as possible because I want to signal to my partner that I'm not afraid of clubs. If one clubs is natural, yes, it is natural. The other option would of course be a 1 diamond bid. We do have a 5 card diamond suit, which is pretty reasonable, so I'm not really sure of what. I mean, 1 no trump. It contains a little lie, but it describes the hand perfectly otherwise. So there's a 3 hearts bid by West. Partner probably doesn't have much. Yeah, he just has a long heart suit. So I'm not really comfortable with no trump anymore right now, since we only have a single heart stopper, presumably. But do I actually fight for the contract, or just let them have their 3 hearts? I'm letting them have their 3 hearts. Not really sure if that's a good or a bad thing, but we'll see. Okay. Hope we can catch a few club tricks right out of the gate. Yes, very nice. Let's eliminate the ace of trumps also, because I'm not really comfortable with West leading trump and partner investing a high trump, not knowing that we only can play the ace. Not really comfortable with leading either diamonds or spades. But I'm guessing spades, since spades would be in the finesse anyway, even if West tries to finesse himself. On the other hand, if I lead diamonds, then I'm pretty certainly giving up a trick to the queen of diamonds, which I shouldn't have. I don't really want to lead, but if I have to, I will lead the jack of spades so that the 9 doesn't make a trick also. The queen is still out there, so he has to ruff. Diamonds? Yeah, he pitched the diamond, unfortunately. So he won't have another diamond, I imagine. And they do have nothing but trumps. Yeah, so I don't really think we could have made a better contract. Especially since partner and I both had nothing in hearts. So no trump wasn't really an option. And we were pretty equally distributed among the other three suits. We had somewhat of a length in diamonds, I guess, but don't really think that's enough to make a serious attempt at playing a contract ourselves. Rest has nothing but trumps, yeah. This should be pretty bad, yeah. We are in the bottom percentage, so there's a lot of work to do at least. Yeah, I'm actually a bit curious what other tables made of this. Can we see that? Many let them play three hearts. Some made three no trumps ourselves and went down 5. Yeah, that's the problem. As soon as our heart stopper is eliminated, we are toast. How did some end up playing 3 diamonds? A bit curious. What auction leads to 3 diamonds without West overbidding 3 hearts? Not really seeing that. One diamond. West replies 1 heart first. Okay. 3 clubs by North as sort of a mixed race. Yeah, okay. We want to play 3 diamonds, obviously, but why doesn't West overbid 3 hearts? Yeah, that's a bit of a problem in these instant 3 tournaments. The behavior of the robots is not very consistent. Because I can't imagine a scenario in which West lets us play 3 diamonds ever. And of course, our poor match point performance mainly results from that. Yeah, not really a fan of that. So, we do have 13 high card points, so we do want to open, and in case, so we do have to open the minor, since we don't have a 5 card major, and if we open the minor, we open the longer one, and if they're equal, like in this case, if it's only 3-3 equality, we open the club. If it's 4-4 equality, we open the diamond. General rule of thumb, because then it's a real opening, and a 3-3 equality is just sort of a very non-specific 1 club bit, which doesn't actually promise all that much in clubs. So partner replies spade, he has a 4 card spade suit, very natural. And we will reply 1 no trump, which is also quite natural. Okay, new minor forcing, alright, that's something I can live with. Generally, mainly if the non-opener, the replier in the auction, bids a new suit, not no trump, but a suit, then usually that is forcing. Because he hasn't limited himself. He can be very strong, actually. He probably is. So there would be 2 or 3 no trumps. Probably 2 no trumps, since I'm not very confident about my hand, and I only have 13 points, which is on the lower end of the spectrum. Although I do have 3 10s additional to it. They are not worth a high card point, but they are worth at least something. Yeah, that's been two no trumps, and partner passes, okay, so partner probably has something like 11, I imagine, or 12 in this case, but a very weak 12, yeah. I'm not, I wasn't really comfortable playing anything more with this, to be honest. So in this case, I actually imagine I would not want to finesse diamonds, simply because I want to take the opportunity as long as they lead diamonds and not hearts. Although there's a problem there, since if I don't finesse this, I have a sure diamond loser to the king of diamonds, and I have three sure heart losers. And if then the spade finesse or anything, the queen of spades doesn't fall, then that queen of spades is a loser in itself, and I have five immediate losers. But I play only two no trumps. So I was thought about three no trumps. I'm sorry, but two no trumps. Yeah, if we make an overtrick with this, it's really bad actually, because I imagine most other players would have been three no trumps. I was maybe a bit too cautious with this one. Let's do the finesse. It doesn't work, alright. I'm actually fine doing the finesse, simply so that I don't lose five tricks immediately, four at most. So I have two sure diamond tricks, three sure club tricks, they don't run away. And I really need to work on the spade suit. Probably do a finesse against East. There's a rule called 8 ever, 9 never. And we started with an 8 card spade suit, partner and I together. So if you have an 8 card suit, you want to finesse against the queen. If you have a 9 card suit, you want to just play the ace king and hope that the queen falls in a doubleton, because it's more likely. General rule of thumb when you have to decide if you want to finesse against the queen or not. I do have enough entries to dummy in both diamonds and clubs. Not really a worry. So let's switch to dummy and make the spade finesse, which doesn't work. And so I'm actually not unhappy that it doesn't work, since that means that many other players will have probably gone down on three no trumps. Because if both finesses don't work, then I don't see many ways of avoiding losing five tricks, to be honest. So I'm actually a little more happy to see this. Except, of course, the queen was in a doubleton, which it was not, since West does have a third spade. So even just playing the ace king of spades, which I'm sure some players will have done, also didn't work. Yeah, the rest is ours. Unfortunately, they didn't catch all of their hearts for some miraculous reason. I think East still has a high heart, which won't be of any value now, since the spades in dummy are good, and the diamonds are obviously good, since the king of diamonds already fell on trick 1. So now we would have made 3 no 12s, but only since the opponents somehow didn't continue hard for some reason. Yeah, we did improve a little bit on this hand, like I Imagine I actually let me see the other scores because I imagine many would have gone one down on 3-0. Yeah, 3-0, one down is actually quite common, but 2-0 plus one also. And I don't really know why they discontinued the hard suit. But alright, I'll take it. Okay, we have 12 high card points. We don't have a 5 card major, so we open the longer of our minor suits, which obviously is clubs in this case. There's a 1 spade reply, which we cannot really do anything useful with, so let's just bid 1-0 trump. I like playing 1-0 trump if we don't have enough for game. So yeah, partner doesn't have... Oh, partner does have 12 total points, okay. And does have a 6 card spade suit. So, do I prefer playing 3 now? No, the diamonds are too weak. Let's try for spades, but it's only a try. Since we are on the weak side. Also, passing would be an option. Yeah, like I mentioned, I didn't want to play 3-0 with this diamond suit. The opponents have a 9 card fit in diamonds, so as soon as they get to play their diamonds in the no trump contract with toast. Now they cannot read any more diamonds, or we would get a rough and discard for free. There's obviously nothing we can do against the club loser whatsoever. And we need one of the finesses in either spades or hearts to work, I imagine. Let me just cash the ace in both suits first. Ending in my hand so that I can then finesse the trumps. But maybe the queen is a singleton, you never know. In either spades or hearts. Oh, the 10 falls. That's a pretty high card, so I imagine that East wouldn't have done this voluntarily. So he either has the 10 as a singleton or 10 queen as a doubleton. The question, what's more likely? Not really sure that there is one scenario which is more likely than the other, since with a queen 10 doubleton he would have always played the queen, obviously. Yeah, so those are two very specific distributions. Out of all possible ones, they should be about equally likely. So let's return to our hand and testing the hard suit in the process. There's no singleton queen for us there either. So let's continue spades, and I think we will finesse again. 8 ever, 9 never. Yeah. Damn it. Didn't work out. Now we will rely on the hard finesse, I'm pretty afraid. We can eliminate the last outstanding trump, obviously. And I will then surrender my club trick first. Just so maybe one opponent is caught in some sort of squeeze situation with my queen of clubs still being there. You never know. Let's first draw the remaining trump. And let's surrender the club trick right now. So what does East actually hold? Or West? I should think about West, not East. It's West might be the one who takes our contract with it. with the Queen of Hearts. I not really sure. East started with the long diamond suit. So West is overwhelmingly likely to hold the ace of clubs. The Jack, also he's the more likely candidate for it, but it's not as clear as with the ace, so I'm gonna play the 10. Oh, we win this trick. Alright, how much does that actually change? Not terribly much, I imagine. The only way to return to dummy is by roughing the club. But I don't think I will play my last trump. Simply so that if the finesse fails, I go only one down, not two. Do I finesse or not? Do I finesse or not? Whatever I do, it will probably be the wrong decision. Yeah. But I hope West had a third heart, so it didn't matter. Of course, we rough this and win the final hot trick. I didn't. Oh, damn it. Both double the queens we missed. This is pretty bad. We just obeyed the 8 ever 9 never rule in both spades and hearts, but this was not good in this particular case. So we do have 18 total points right now and a lot of ground to make up, so let's be the spade. Partner shows 6 to 11 high card points without a spade fit. So we will play a no trump. The question is how many no trump. We do have 17 plus 1 spade is 18. Do we immediately bid 3? Yeah, I guess. I was thought about inviting with 2, but that's a bit too conservative. I'm actually willing to take the risk, even if partner has minimum. Which he sort of does. Only 7 high card points, not all that many. And clubs obviously is our weak suit. But we do have 9 tricks, so doesn't really matter. We have 5 hard tricks if hearts don't split 5-0, which is still possible. Let's immediately test our hypothesis. There isn't a 5-0 split, which was very unlikely to begin with. So we do have 9 sure tricks, 2 in spades, 5 in hearts, the one in clubs we already made, and the ace of diamonds. So let's just catch our tricks, especially since we can't afford to lose the lead any time ever again, since we don't stop the club suit at all anymore. Let's take the hearts. Yeah, the last heart will be eliminated by the jack. So the ace of heart is good. Because the diamond. And let's just play no nonsense. 9 tricks. And that's it. The last 4 tricks I would just surrender in a rich game. Like, I don't even have a slimmer of hope of making an over trick with this. So why bother? Yeah, have those tricks. 9 tricks, 600 plus score. That should improve our result a little bit. Oh, quite a bit actually. We are almost back at 50%. Nice. Although this was fairly straightforward. What did other tables do wrong? 3 no, 3 no, 3 no. How did they all end up in 4 hearts? I mean, yes, we did have a heart fit, but 4 hearts, even all that good of a contract? With our extremely distributed hand? Can't imagine it. So let's just open a diamond with this one. It's pretty self-explanatory. A spade. I'm tempted to bid 1 no trump, but 2 diamonds also is a fair option, I'd say. We still need an equal distribution. I wasn't really sure if we still do, since partner promised a spade suit, so our spade singleton shouldn't be that much of a burden for a no trump contract, but I will bid 2 diamonds. I will obey what the computer wants me to do. Partner has a 6 card spade suit. That's nice for him, but I still cannot confirm a spade fit, unfortunately. Let's bid. How many high card points does he have? 6 to 10 total. Not really all that many. Even with 10 total, I'm like 23 high card points and the queen of spades in the singleton. So yeah, should I just pass actually? Is there even any slimmer of hope of making game? 3 no trump? I don't really think so. 4 spades? Even if partner has a 7 card spade suit, I don't see it. Yeah, I don't really think we can make game. And if we cannot make game, then just pass. Usually the best option. Especially since our hard suit is pretty weak, so playing no trump wouldn't have benefited us much. Needs another diamond. So I do get the finesse for free basically now. The question, do I want to take it? And I guess I do. Because we can still rough it. There wasn't much lost there. Do I immediately play the club finesse or play 1 round of low spades? I want to play low so that the queen at least has any value at all, although not really impressive value with like the middle values like 10, 9, jack also missing. Oh, he needs the king of clubs himself. That's pretty nice. I will pitch the queen. I will make 4 club tricks anyway, and maybe I need another entry at some stage. So I'm actually tempted now to just play the king of diamonds and pitch a heart. And yes, I'm fully aware that East might rough, but don't really care since trump control is an issue with only a 7 card fit. So if the opponents will make tricks, and I'd much rather have them invest trumps for it than not. Yeah, see, of course they made a trick, but that hard trick we wouldn't have made in any scenario anyway, and at least the 10 of spades is now gone, so losing trump control is a little bit less worrisome than it was before. There's still a low trump outstanding as well as the 9 and the jack. I will play another low round of trumps. I don't want to lose trump control in case something like this happens, yeah. Those diamonds are pretty worthless now. We will go down, unfortunately, but it will be only one down, even if West ruffs now, which he does. Still only one down since the 9 will be eliminated, yeah. And I think trumps are gone now. Unfortunate, but I don't think 2-no trump would have yielded a better result. I really don't. Even with the sort of unfortunate trump break for us. Yeah, we're actually a little bit closer to 50% now, so possibly none of the players made their contract. No matter which contract they played, no trump wasn't good either. Alright, let's see. We have 17 high card points and equal distribution. This is just the easiest 1-on trump in the world. And partner with Stayman asking us for a 4-card major, which we do have. So we do have two hearts bid. Partner does the invite, and since we have 17 and on the higher end of our 15 to 17 spectrum, we will accept the invite. So we will bid for hearts. This is a fairly straightforward standard bridge auction. Partner does have a very long club suit, but playing hearts as the major is still reasonable, and I think I will not finesse in hearts. Don't see much of a point in that, since there are 5 hearts missing, so we will lose a trump trick anyway, even if the finesse works. Because if East does have the king, he will just cover the queen, and we will win the ace, and then we only have the jack left, and after two rounds of trump, there must still be a trump out there, which is high, so we cannot ever avoid the trump loser. So I think in terms of trump control, I don't want to risk putting 2 high cards on the same trick. Do I want to finesse diamonds right now? Probably not. I want to limit ruffing potential, particularly in clubs, because I imagine that somebody has the king of clubs and the remaining low club, and can give his partner a ruff if they ever get the lead. So I'm actually tempted to just play the ace and a low trump after that, so that at least 2 rounds of trumps have been played. Maybe then partner doesn't have a trump to ruff anymore. Yeah, this is pretty nice, since we can now make the ace and we are no longer worried about getting ruffed, since we eliminate the last outstanding trump. And I want to remain in my closed hand, so I can immediately, if I want to, finesse the diamonds, and I will, since there's no other way for the 10 of diamonds to make a trick other than the finesse. In clubs, we will just have one loser, that's it. pretty boring. I guess it would have been better to first eliminate the king of clubs. Because I was a little bit in danger of losing a spade trick. It wasn't necessary, but now since the diamond finesse worked, everything is fine regardless. Let's just continue the clubs. Yeah, the rest we can claim, although claiming isn't an option in this tournament, so let's just play through this hand quickly. This should be a good score. Game +1. I imagine it being a good score. But also not the most difficult score in the world, so I guess we will share the score with many other players. But we jump above 50% in before the last game, which is pleasant to see. So let's bid one spade. Obvious bid. I don't think I need to explain very much. Also, the two spade bid is pretty standard. And we remain in the two spades contract. So let's see. It's a reasonable contract, I guess. There's absolutely no game potential in this. Absolutely not. Oh, we don't get ruffed. Nice. So, the Queen of Diamonds did make a trick, and now the scary diamond suit is gone. So how do we try to approach the trump suit is the question. The question of the hour. We do have the 9 in dummy, so a double finesse would be a possibility actually. Although, is it really all that good? I don't think so, since a double finesse you basically already surrender the first trump trick voluntarily to rest. Nah, I don't think I'll play it. I'm not in a lucky streak when it comes to finesses today whatsoever. Is there any ruffing potential? No, there's not, since there's no suit in which north is shorter than south. We will lose some hard tricks. I could try for a club finesse. The reason being that even if the finesse loses, I didn't actually give up a trick at all, since I then still have the ace of clubs to pitch one of my hard losers instead, so doesn't really matter if I have a club or a hard loser. And there might be a chance of having a ruffing finesse in clubs against East. But the question is, even if the ruffing finesse works, how do I return to dummy? I don't really see a way to do it apart from hearts. Yeah, no, that doesn't work out all that well. Let's just play very, very ordinary. There's possibilities, but not enough. So yeah, the Queen of Spades is still outstanding, but one trump trick we were gonna lose regardless, I guess. Do I play the club first or later? Doesn't even matter. Don't know. Let's play it first. Oh, the king falls. Alright. Let's return the club. Do I pitch my heart right now or do I pitch it later? I will love this one because at least I have the heart finesse. I surrender the heart finesse if I pitch now, and I'm pretty sure that West has the jack of clubs. I can safely eliminate 2 hearts. Yeah, so now I just need to take the heart finesse against West. Probably won't work, I guess, since West already shows some values, but you never know. No, it doesn't. Diamond return and the final heart trick will go to either opponent, I guess. Yeah. But we made contract, and I don't think a higher contract would have been feasible. So we end at 54% today and 6th place out of 15. Well, yeah, not the greatest performance, especially at the beginning. At the end, we sort of redeemed ourselves a little bit today. Alright then, have a nice weekend. See you later. Bye for now.